still out of control involved a large chemical explosion at the factory which manufactures chemicals and solvents. Toxic smoke is impacting a number of western and eastern suburbs in Melbourne. It's believed all factory workers evacuated safely. Police say there have been no reports of injuries. The US President has opened the NATO summit in Washington, despite growing concerns about his health. Joe Biden is under pressure from some of his own colleagues to quit the presidential race. The NATO talks provide an opportunity for the 81-year-old to reassert his leadership. Mr. Biden says Russia's unlawful invasion of Ukraine will be top of the agenda.
We know Putin won't stop at Ukraine, but make no mistake, Ukraine can and will stop Putin. Especially with our full collective support. They have our full support.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport. Australia's Olympic team has been finalised ahead of the Paris Games, which begin in just over 2 weeks' time. 460 athletes will wear the green and gold, representing the nation across 33 sports. The team is likely to be the third largest delegation in Paris. In the women's draw at Wimbledon, the fairy tale run of New Zealand's Lulu Sun has come to an end. She's been beaten by Donna Vekic in 3 sets. Men's world number 1 Yannick Sinner has been eliminated by Daniil Medvedev. Spain is the first team to reach the final of the European Football Championships. It's defeated France 2-1 in Munich. In AFL, Collingwood's Josh Carmichael has reportedly told teammates he's retiring after suffering 3 concussions in just 9 months. And the Sydney Swans will appeal the AFL Tribunal ruling to uphold Isaac Heaney's 1-game suspension. They'll take the matter to the AFL Appeal Board. The tribunal decision means Heaney is ineligible for the Brownlow medal. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon at Coromandel Valley. Bridge wall is damaged due to a previous crash in Main Road near Ackland Hill Road. Speeds at 40 heading outbound. Seaton Burst Water Main Trimmer Parade near Green Avenue. Slow for works on the freeway. Just in the tunnels at the moment. A quite busy Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. Cameras today, Lander Road, Trott Park and Baines Road at Woodcroft. Can you keep a secret? The IKEA sale is now on, up to 80% off hundreds of products until July 22. Head to ikea.com.au before everyone finds out. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the latest forecast, a late shower forecast for today, rain and a top of 16 tomorrow after getting down to 10 overnight, showers increasing 16 on Friday and a shower or 2 on Saturday 15. Currently 16. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, an Adelaide Hills tree tragedy. Now the major investigation to stop it happening again. Supercharge your savings. How to really cash in on high interest rates. The new cheaper hearing aids, 1/10 of the cost, and they really work. And incredible pictures as the sea serves up a spider crab spectacle in SA. 9 News. Your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Stay informed, get involved. FIVEAA, always Adelaide. FIVEAA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Sitting in for Stacey Lee this week. Stacey returning on Monday, which is good if you're watching the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream. Much nicer to look at, Stacey, than my good self. Luckily, Richard Pascoe is here, so he's going to take up a lot of the screen in this next half hour. We'll speak to him in 1 second. Just before we do, I want to reward someone. If you want to go to the Beer and Barbecue Fest this coming Sunday, the 14th of July, you and 3 friends can go if you're the first caller through 8223 0055, beerandbarbecuefest.com.au. It's happening at the showgrounds this weekend.
Pascoe, can you turn it off and then can you turn it on again? Hey!
I don't know how Harvey Norman, who are the technology specialists, want to be associated with that jingle ever, but they do.
It's a great jingle.
It is lovely to see you, Richard. Thank you for coming in.
Nice to see you as well.
Wearing the uniform too. Well done. Company man. I should probably do that. Look at you. You're a walking billboard. It's lovely to see you. How's life in the tech world? There's a lot going on?
There is a lot going on at the moment, Leith, so give us a call, 8223 0000. I'd love to talk to you about it. Leith, probably something that's going to interest you is that you're a big iPhone and Apple fan.
Oh, I'm a fanboy like you. Look at it. I love the iPhone.
Exactly right.
And my MacBook.
There's the...
Where's the camera? Yep,
There's the MacBook. There's the Google Pixel phone that I'm waving here at the moment.
Do you like it?
Google, I do actually like it. I like it for a couple of
mine.
reasons.
Yep.
No spam calls, no spam texts. Not had one.
Really?
In now, I think we're heading up to 6 weeks.
Okay.
I've been solidly using it, none at all. And I was actually ringing a call centre today who put me on hold, and Google pops up and goes, we'll monitor the call and put you back to it when they answer.
Oh, right.
So there's a lot of good AI features, but the reason I'm bringing up Google are they're going to bring out their new Pixel 9 in August, which is 2 months early. They're going to get the jump on Apple for this. Because we've got to remember, are you going to buy the new phone when it comes out?
Well, possibly not. If I can afford... When my contract runs out, then I get the new phone. But at the moment, my phone's going okay.
It looks very nice, doesn't it?
Oh, I love my phone.
But all the AI features that they announced that are coming in September, turns out they might not be coming in September.
Oh, really?
They're going to come out to the end of the year and early next year now. So that to me was a perfect opportunity for Google to come along and go, you know what, we'll pump out our new phone with all the new AI features that are going to be coming and get the jump on Apple. So I think we're entering interesting times now because people do want the latest and greatest.
They do.
Tell us about it, understand all that,
but
give us a date. And it should come out with a new phone. But they've already said now, the new and improved Siri, early next year now.
Wow. Do you know what I do now when we get those spam calls? So my daughter gets them on her phone all the time. So we try and engage in conversation. And I always play this.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want.
And we just constantly just play Liam Neeson to them. And they just want conversation, these people.
They do.
Whatever they're doing for us. Richard Pascoe is here, adelaidetechguy.com.au. If you've got a tech question, let's fill up the half hour with as many calls as we can. Pat from Salisbury was already on the line before you walked in. Hello, Pat.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Pat.
That is Richard, isn't it? Listen, I have to buy a new computer because Windows 10 is running out in October, I believe.
Now, hold on, Pat. You've got another year to go. October next year.
Oh, not October this year.
No, October next year. Much as I would like you to buy a new computer, you can hold off for a while, Pat, if you want to.
Oh, well, that's brilliant. Well, yes, because I thought I was running out of time because I'm using Windows 10 with a Wi-Fi with Vodafone, and I was going to ask you, will I be able to use Wi-Fi with Windows 11?
Yes, you will. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Well, when I looked up Harvey Norman's, and they have a Lenovo IdeaPad.
They're a nice laptop, Pat.
They are they?
They're a nice laptop.
Yeah, well, the reviews were very good. It said it's got 8 gigabyte of RAM, 256 gigabyte
hard drive.
Is that a hard drive?
That's a hard drive.
That's the hard drive. Right. Okay. Well, that's probably all I want to know. So I've got another year.
You've got another year, Pat.
Plenty of time, Pat.
Oh, thank you very much, Richard.
No worries. Thanks, Pat.
Good on you, Pat. Thank you for that. Do you know the pie graph of Windows to Mac users?
Yes.
50-50, 60-40?
No.
70-30? 80-20?
Keep going.
90-10?
Round about 90-10.
No.
Yes.
Am I in the 10?
You're in the 10s.
Oh, wow. I'd convert everyone. I love...
It's gone up about 3% in the last... I was reading some figures, 3% in about the last 4 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But they're in positive growth, whereas...
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Yeah, no, Oh, that's amazing.
I should have played that when I was trying to rescue that poor guy's...
You should.
Poor guy's Facebook page out there.
That's part of your business now, isn't it? I mean, you're always fixing... Facebook's always getting spammed by people. The amount of times I see posts of people, I've been hacked again.
Yeah.
Don't accept a friend request from me.
People, I'm urging you, turn on all the security settings on Facebook.
Yes.
Go in there, multi-factor authentication. And I had somebody yesterday go, I don't want to give them my phone number, they will ring me. I can guarantee you they will never ring you. It's about keeping you safe. Turn it on. If you do that, you won't lose it.
Good advice. Michael from Edwardstown, you're speaking to Richard Pascoe.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Hey, Richard, I've spoken to you before about iPhones and stuff like that, and your advice to me was go with the iPhone 14 because I don't want to change over all my cords and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And I don't really need the iPhone 15, which I think you said is for the the upgraded camera and all that.
That's
stuff.
right.
So there's two questions I want to know, and I'm struggling to find the best place to get one. I know, and the other thing too is I'm a Telstra customer and have been for a long time, and I've been on the same plan forever and a day.
How much are you paying a month, Michael?
I pay $45 a month.
Yep.
I get unlimited calls and about 50 gig of data.
That's
a month.
right.
And that's I think I got that through JB Hi-Fi. But I don't know whether I should look at going onto a plan and getting a phone that way, or just stick with my $45 a month. I've never gone over. I've never won.
Which is good, Michael. What I would do is I would stick where you are. Just go and buy a phone. Shop around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't think a plan would. I don't think I've done a plan for 20 years, I reckon.
People who put phones on plans should always go along and say, well, the phone's going to cost me X amount of repayments over 24 or 36 months. Multiply it all back and see what you're paying. Because in some cases, you might save some money, but in other cases, you won't. And always got to remember that in the last year of your plan, that phone you've had in the first place is not worth the money that you would have paid up front.
Yeah, well, I'm not a person that hangs on. I'm not a person that switches over to the latest and greatest every year. So, I mean, I've got an iPhone 8.
Yep.
So, that just shows you how long I've hung on to this one for. So
They were good phones, Michael. They're still great phones.
They're all good phones. And then you can always just handball it down to the kids.
That's right.
They can use it. They don't need the 14.
No.
Good on you, Michael. Thank you for that. Jason, you'll speak to Richard on the other side if you've got a question for Adelaide Tech Guy, Richard Pascoe. 8223 0000. Richard is here for Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialist.
Do you click and collect at Coles like thousands of Aussies do? It's free. Choose a time that suits you and order by 2 p.m. for collection same day. Enjoy more free time with Coles. Minimum spend $50, excludes rapid click and collect. T's and C's apply.
On the lookout for a new Nissan Qashqai? Look no further than Adelaide Hills Nissan. We've got stock available now at incredible prices with unbeatable Adelaide Hills Nissan service. Come see Tian, Simon and our local team at Adelaide Hills Nissan in Bridgewater. LMVD 325189.
It's the show that's given away over 1.6 million. And it's the show that makes dreams become real. Deal or No Deal, 6 o'clock weeknights on 10 and 10 Play.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Adventure close to home this winter and visit Discovery Parks across South Australia. Book now and save 25%. discoveryparks.com.au.
Music of the Night, a spectacular celebration of musicals from Andrew Lloyd Webber, London's West End, Broadway and more. Music of the Night, coming to Her Majesty's Theatre, Adelaide, Saturday, August 10 at 2 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss it. Book at tickettech.com.au. Enjoy this sensational 2-hour matinee performance at Her Majesty's Theatre, Adelaide, 2 p.m. Saturday, August 10. Book now.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
With thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder that Service Today is the most recognised and respected home service company rated by Australians. Our licensed technicians can help with all your plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling and home security needs. So when you need reliable home services, at Service Today, the answer will always be, yes we can.
Yes we can is what we say at Service Today.
Google Service Today to book one of our experts.
Hi, I'm Taylor from the Brain and Body Fitness Studio, an exercise service with a difference. As qualified exercise physiologists, we tailor exercise programs for those living with chronic conditions, injuries or disabilities, and those wanting to age well. Members enjoy individualised, in-depth support designed to meet their unique needs and help them achieve their health goals. The Brain and Body Fitness Studio is a service of the Hospital Research Foundation Group. Together, we're stronger. Contact us today to organise a free tour bbfs.com.au.
Will retirement living suit you? You're invited to FIVEAA's free open home events across Adelaide from the 23rd to the 25th of July to get a sneak peek of the lifestyle you could enjoy. Come along with family and friends to explore all our communities have to offer. You can inspect our display homes, discover our social activities, meet some of the residents and chat with our friendly team. Take the first step and search FIVEAA Open Home to RSVP today.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
And Adelaide Tech Guy, Richard Pascoe, adelaidetechguy.com.au. Jason from Salisbury East, been hanging on. You're speaking to Richard. Jace.
Hey guys.
Hi Jason.
Richard, I'm using Office 365 and I'm finding lately every time I open up Word documents with like 3 or 4, when I close them it keeps prompting me, do you want to save changes? Even though I've not done anything to the document. Every time I open a Word document just about.
It can do that. Now, from memory, you used to have another Office on there, didn't you? And we've got you one.
Standalone one, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got you one, and you've completely removed the other one, haven't you?
I'm pretty sure I have, yeah. Pretty sure I have.
Yeah, just check for any remnants in the control panel and programs to make sure it's all gone. You should only have one reference to Office, which will be Microsoft 365.
Right, because it's a bit of pain in the arse when you've got like 4 or 5 documents. Every time I say, do you want to say, no, I just want to close the damn thing.
Yeah, yeah. And that can be because you've got some little remnants still left.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
All right.
No worries.
Thanks, Jason.
Good on you, Jason. Thank you for that. 8223 0000. If you have a question for Richard Pascoe, he is here till 3:30 to take your questions. Laptops, desktops, phones, tablets, whatever the case might be, Richard will answer all of those for you. We spoke about multi-factor authentication. So many passwords are just being published online, aren't they now?
10 billion, Leith.
Wow.
That's a lot of passwords. So I think there's 1.5 billion from the last year and a half have just gone online as well. So, and they're all unique passwords. There's not one duplicate on there. And people say, why does that bother me? It should, because let's say your email address was leith@5AA.com.au. It's not.
No, it's...
Let's put that one out there.
Yes.
People, the bad guys on the internet now, who've got the 10 billion sitting in a computer.
They'll just try it.
Just try it. Every password run straight through to go along and do that. That's why multi-factor authentication comes back into it.
They're not going to work out mine because I've got a really tough one. Password 1, capital P.
I had somebody with Caravan 1, Caravan 2 and Caravan 3.
And then if you want to mix it up, you just add a exclamation point.
Exactly. But Caravan 3 was for the important things.
Do you know what I've realised? I don't know enough words between 8 and 10 digits. You know, when it says you've got to have a capital, you've got to have a number, you've got to have a exclamation, and it has to be 8 to 10 digits long. I don't have anything in my life that I think are 8 to 10 digits long. I've got to work on that. What is Patch Wednesday?
Comes out today. Once a month, Microsoft send out all the updates. So it's a good time for you. Got a Windows computer, go over, start Windows Update, and people always say to me, it's automatic, Richard. Well, it's not automatic in a lot of cases. So go along, start it, and make sure your computer's updated, because that is probably the most important thing that you can do to keep yourself safe on there. So once a month, go in, check for any updates and do the updates. When I go and see people, I always go along, check your Windows updates and go, Leith, you haven't done all these updates. What's going on? It's just important on the, on your Apple product as well.
Yeah, I've got the automation. I look forward to that one where you get to unplug, don't you, for a brief period while it does the big update.
Does the big update.
What are we up to, by the way? Do we know?
Sonoma.
Sonoma.
And I saw somebody yesterday with...
Catalina?
No, we went back even way further than that. They go, it's not working like it used to. And I said, because you missed 9 years of updates.
You're on Lion or something, which is probably early 2000s. Okay, so Patch Wednesday, folks. If you're on the Windows, update as of right now. Jane at Plimpton Park has a question for you, Richard.
Hi, Jane.
Good afternoon, Richard. Richard, I use the Telstra TV to watch my KO.
Yes, Jane.
And they're finishing up in October.
They are.
But I do have KO access through my Hisense TV.
That's all right.
But I don't get as good a reception from that. It keeps going off. And when I checked with Hisense, they said it's because that KO updates their apps all the time, but it doesn't go through the TV. Yep. And she told me to get something as a HDMI. Would it be Is it something Google?
No, you've got three choices in my opinion here.
Right.
You can get one of the new Hubbles on there,
Right.
so the KO
Everybody's hubbling.
you can get an Apple TV, which will do exactly the same. KO looks wonderful on an Apple TV, or a Google Chromecast.
So Google Chromecast.
Yep.
Well, I've just, because I had the Telstra TV, they changed me over. You could get a Fetch. So I got the
that's
Fetch
fine.
X.
Yeah.
I've got the Fetch Extra, but that's not accessing KO for the time being.
And sport at this time of year is especially important for all of us, Jane.
Yeah,
all right. Hubble or Google Chromecast, Jane.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Good on you, Jane.
Thanks, Jane.
Enjoy the KO. Thank you for the call. Stuart from Littlehampton, you got a question for Richard Pascoe?
I do. G'day, guys. Richard, I've got a Samsung A23 mobile phone, and just recently, probably about a month ago or thereabouts, I did the usual Android update on it, and ever since then, it's just horrendously slow. Like if I'm typing a text message or something like that, or going between apps and all that sort of stuff, is there a way to sort of sort that out?
Have you you have restarted the phone, haven't you, Stuart?
Yeah, I have done that several times. I generally do that like at least once a week.
Right. Have you been into the Google App Store and checked that all the apps are updated?
Yes, and they all updated. They were all either up to date or they updated, except for one actually,
right?
Which I uninstalled because I didn't want to use it anymore.
Oh, yeah. The other thing you could do, Stuart, is back your phone up, right? You get the Google One app, back your whole phone up, all right? So it's all at Google. Google One app, back it all up.
Oh, yeah.
And then wipe the phone. The first thing you put back on there is a Google One app, and that will be, it should be like when you bought it. It should be like brand new.
Oh, okay. So that'll update all my, back up all my photos and apps.
Everything on there.
Okay. All right. I'll try that tonight.
No worries.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Stuart.
Cheers.
Good on you, Stuart. Thank you for the call. Nothing better than resetting the phone.
That's great, isn't it? People get scared about it, though. You and I like these sort of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back it all up. And for all the Android users out there, I mean, on the iPhone side, we back everything up. It's always backed up to iCloud. On the Android side, Google One, you pay about $20 a year for it, backs everything up on the phone continuously. Your apps, the whole lot. Then all you do is come along, sign into Google One, especially if you're getting a new phone as well, everything comes back down.
I love it when you get the phone and it invites you to pick your languages. I mean, you've gone right back to the start there where it's like, what would you like us to speak to this? Before we let you get out of here, Australia are giving internet firms 6 months to draft online child safety rules. This has become a really big issue, hasn't it?
It has. So the e-safety commissioner has given the internet industry 6 months to go along and do this to stop inappropriate content, including themes of suicide, eating disorders. Great idea. It will set standards for the app stores, websites, search engines, social media, chat services and gaming. They're looking at age verification. I wish them all the luck in the world on that.
Yeah, good luck.
Default parental controls. I actually wish them luck on that as well because people seem to get around it. And software to blur or filter sexual content. So Google and Facebook have said we'll work with you. They've had no comment out of Apple or Twitter, come X at the moment. Now, let's go back a couple of months. The e-safety commissioner backed down when they were trying to fine Elon Musk, when they put up that shocking image of that poor priest getting stabbed.
That's right.
On there, and said, no, it falls in the too hard basket. They'd like it in 6 months. I can't see it being here in a year. I can't see being here in 18 months. They will back down again because we're a country of 25 million trying to tell the whole rest of the world and all these companies what to do. I think it's a great idea, but I can't see it coming to light at the moment.
And this is why, and it is a great idea, and I've got young teenage children too. So, I mean, when we were growing up, there might have been a rumour or a reputation that someone had a dirty magazine at school.
Yes.
And the place was like wildfire.
Yeah.
These kids have got it on their phones, and not just that, like worse. Or every horrible thing in life you can imagine at the just at the end of their fingertips. Like, that's so
But you're a good dad and you talk to your kids.
Of course.
And your wife talks to the kids as well about all of this. And I think more parents need to go along and do this because it would circumvent some of the things that we're seeing at the moment.
That's what they need to do. Education is key, but good luck with that. Now, we can always hear you on 5AA, but you do make house calls.
I do, Leith.
All right, so what do people need to know if they're having problems and they need a bit more than just a couple of minutes on the radio?
Head over to adelaidetechguide.com.au. Brand new website's up there. All my contact details are up there.
Excellent. Always a good follow on social media too. Will your football team win this weekend?
Yes, I think we will, by 5 goals.
Nice.
There we go.
Thank you. Adelaide Tech Guy, Port Adelaide fan Richard Pascoe, adelaidetechguy.com.au. You can see Richard on the live stream, all thanks to Foodland. On the other side of the news with David Bruce, you will see one of the members of the Suite. Do you remember the Suite back in the day?
Of course I do.
You would have been on the dance floor to Ballroom Blitz?
Yes.
What was your dance floor of choice? Where did you used to hang when you were younger?
Largs Pier Hotel.
Richard Pascoe kicked out of the Largs a few times. To the Suite, that's next.
G'day, Timmy G here. Tell you what, it's that easy to use the 5AA Player app. All you got to do is open your smartphone, tap on the 5AA Player app, hit the big play button in the middle of your screen and whooshka! Enjoy 5AA live in crystal clear sound no matter where you are, whether you're on a bus, a train, you name it, out the backyard or overseas, you can hear us.
The 5AA Player.
If your business needs finance fast, speak to Universal Finance right now. Universal Finance make business loans easy. Unsecured business loans and business overdrafts. Universal Finance can help your business now with same-day settlements in most cases. See Universal Finance in Kent Town or search Universal Finance. This is general advice only, and you should consider the terms and conditions before determining whether this advice is suitable for your situation.
If working with NDIS plans is a source of confusion or frustration, there is an easy way forward. At Complete Care, you're given a client service manager. Think of them as a concierge, there to assist and recommend services as they're needed, from cleaning and home maintenance to social support and transportation. They're essential to our clients and always available to their loved ones. It's just one of the things we do that sets us apart. Trust client service managers from Complete Care with a K.
Cheese, crepes, champagne, Mercy, Bastille Day, back at the market. You can celebrate France's national holiday over 2 exciting days this coming Friday and Saturday, the 12th and the 13th of July. There is so much lined up. Grab your tickets now for the French walking tour. There's kids' activities and free cooking demos. Not to mention a champagne bar. There's crepes and more. Live music will set the timeless French atmosphere. Stock up on all your French favourites this Friday and Saturday, Bastille Day at the Central Market. We're talking baguettes and croissants, small goods, and of course, so much cheese. Join the celebration and transport your taste buds to France. You can see the full program by booking at AdelaideCentralMarket.com.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
David Bruce with the latest news headlines. Hoon drivers who boast about their exploits on social media could face tougher penalties. It's been revealed 49 people have been charged with the sexual abuse of children in state care over just 2 years. Donald Trump has challenged Joe Biden to another debate and also offered to take him up on a round of golf, which the president has declined. And Alex de Minaur takes on Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon tonight. The latest forecast, sunny with a late shower today. Tomorrow, rain and a top of 16. Currently, it is 16. More news at 4, and as it happens on 5AA.
We are a naval fitness centre, home to the biggest and best equipped disability-exclusive gyms in South Australia. We are your local award-winning registered NDIS provider. We are custom-built, accessible to wheelchairs and ambulant clients with disabilities. In addition to providing exercise, physiotherapy and dietetics, we are proud to house SA's only underwater treadmill hydrotherapy tank. Join our community at Holden Hill, Marston and Elizabeth. Visit enablepitnesscentre.com.au for more information.
If you need a window, and not just anything will do, just call Statesman Window, back to redirect to you.
No
Nobody beats Statesman Windows, not on quality and certainly not on service. Windows, sliding doors, bifolds and more, made right here in Adelaide, factory direct to you. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows, states.com.au.
Windows when and where you want them. Windows when and where you want them.
The Australian Ballet presents George Balanchine's Jewels, bringing to life the majesty of emeralds, rubies and diamonds, each with its own style, colour and music. Jewels on stage at Adelaide Festival Centre from July 12 to 18. Book now.
Always trusted. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
So there are a few bands that represent the 70s as much as sweet. They are glam rock icons. They are national treasures in Britain. They are adopted Aussies here in Australia because they have had a stack of hits, including a couple of number ones. And one man has been there the whole time, from the first album to today. And you know, if you hear the start of Ballroom Blitz, you'll hear at the very start, "Are you ready, Steve?" Andy, yeah. Mick, okay. All right, fellas, let's go. The Andy would be Andy Scott, the legendary Andy Scott, guitarist and vocalist. He joins me. Andy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I'm very, very happy to be here and looking forward to coming to Australia. It just seems to be when I said, yeah, let's go, we're doing this Rock the Boat thing out of Sydney. Yes. And then I said, yeah, we could tack a couple of weeks on the end of that, couldn't we? Looks like we're going to be there for nigh on a month now. So
excellent.
Yeah.
This is how much we love it. Well, I want to say thank you for putting us on the Farewell Tour, because it has been a while since we've seen you. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, I would have said so. I have been there since, I think, with Quattro, Scott and Powell. That's Susie, myself and Don Powell from Slade. Susie had this immense idea. She said, well, we've just recorded this QSP album. We've got a release date. Why don't you come on tour as my support band? And me and Don went, that sounds great. Where are we playing? And she said, on this tour, we're doing the Sydney Opera House. And me and Don looked at each other and went, we're in. Absolutely. So, and she was her own support act. I have to tell you, she is such a workaholic, and I'm not sure whether I could have done it, but playing 50 minutes before you play your own hour and a half to 2 hour set it takes something. And she's only a year younger than me.
Well, yeah, she's a trooper. You're a trooper. I love the idea of this tour because it's like a symbolic bottle of nostalgia. You'll shake it up, you'll spray it all over the room, champagne style. And I think of you and the band and the credit that you deserve, because the longevity and the timelessness of your music, they're just fun. Like they're killer musically. You've got such great harmonies, and they're fun songs to sing, Andy. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Everybody will know every song, I'm pretty sure. We're probably going to play for an hour and a half plus, but we'll chuck a couple of new ones in. And I've just remembered what the number one in that list is behind me. It's called Everything, the song Everything. So if you go on the Sweet official YouTube channel, I'm sure you'll see it.
Yep.
And the other thing is that came to my notice, I've just been given a fellowship at my local university where I was born, in Wrexham in North Wales. Yeah, Wrexham. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
The TV show now, is so popular here. I'm sitting here in Adelaide, and I've become a Wrexham fan. I watch it religiously on Disney Plus. Yes. I'm checking the scores. That's your hometown.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, I've had a fellowship from there, and my brother said to me, "Are you in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?" And I said, "No, we're not in any of them." And I'm now going to say, is there an Australian Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
There absolutely is, the ARIA Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm going to get somebody to start ramping that up, because I don't think we're going to be in the American one, or I think we're in something in Germany, where we're one of the probably top 10 selling acts of all time in Germany. But it would be great to be in the Australian Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, you should be. You're adopted. You should be in the American one too, in Cleveland, because again, I know that's a weird Jan Wenner, Rolling Stone type scenario. And every time I see the inductees, you think, well, hang on, that's not right. But there's a little bit of politics when it comes to that. But We're going to have to get on to Rob and Ryan and get you playing at the Cop there at Wrexham, like playing at the ground in front of one of the games. Imagine that.
Listen, we do gigs in the University Hall next door, which hold about 1,000. And I've done so much fundraising for the club before Rob and Ryan took over, so they don't need my money anymore.
Oh,
so,
well, they still got to they got to look after you, though. You're a favourite son. Andy, for someone like me who was born in the late 70s, I look at photos and videos of you during that time and I get so envious. And I'm like, I so wish I was there. Was it as fun as it looked?
I'd be lying if it wasn't, if I said it wasn't fun. I think that you hear exaggerations along the way, but what was it? Steve said, what you've heard, what I think it was Mick Tucker said, everything you've heard about the band, he said it's a little bit, crazy at times, but he said the rest of it is absolutely true, so it's one of these anomalies where people keep telling you, do you remember when you did that? And I go, no, but if we did, I would believe it,
But it's funny because your songs have always been around. As a kid growing up, we would hear them on the radio because they're such great songs. And then for someone of my era who grew up through the 80s and the early 90s, Wayne's World comes about. And all of a sudden they're singing Ballroom Blitz in Wayne's World, which again, like so many great songs, like Queen, it just gets shot into the atmosphere again and it becomes a favorite. And now when I often speak to artists, it seems TikTok is doing that all over again. It's almost giving new songs that we've all known for decades and loved. It's giving them a whole new life with a whole new audience.
Yeah, it is. And Ballroom Blitz is one of those songs that on things like TikTok, you see people, I mean, I've seen people try and play it on their teeth. And and then you get these guys who you think, oh, that's a rap artist, and he's now going to, for the first time, listen to the Ballroom Blitz, and you see his face. And then they stop it and go, my God, where's this been in my life? And it's fantastic. The internet has such phenomenal things, but it's also got that other side that. Politically, if governments wanted to stop it, they could.
Yeah, I know. Do you know, it was funny. I was reading your Wikipedia, which is always fraught because you just never know if it's true or false. So I like to do the research if I read something. And I read, because I was thinking about your career, not only great songs, 35 million albums, which is an extraordinary number. So the career and the legacy of that you should be very proud of. But I read on your Wikipedia that Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses quoted you as an inspiration for his career. And I said, well, let's find out if that is true. So I dug into the internet and I found it. And I watched the episode where he's sitting there with Jimmy Kimmel and he goes, like, who are your favorite bands growing up? And he said, oh, look, I love Queen and I loved Elvis and I loved The Sweet. You would have seen it, I'm sure. As soon as he mentions your band name, the audience at Jimmy Kimmel there in Los Angeles goes bananas. How good's that?
Lovely. Yeah. Yeah, it's I've got a fantastic video I'm 75 in a couple of weeks time, and we're doing a couple of shows up in North Wales in one of my favourite places, at a hotel called Port Merion. It only holds about 120, 130 people, but we're doing 2 nights, and they're going to come to basically have a birthday celebration. And there's a whole pile of videos that are going to be shown in the sort of post sound check period before the band come on, and one of them is Gene Simmons. He's in full makeup. He's about to go on stage somewhere, and he turns to the camera and he said, hi Andy, brilliant, I've been asked to do this for you, it's not a problem. And then he turns to his mate and he says, where are we? And he says, Santiago, Chile. He said, yeah, here we are in Santiago, Chile. It's honestly, it's almost like Spinal Tap.
Spinal
Tap. So fantastic.
That is so great.
And apparently there's a couple of dozen people who have all, sent me best wishes. So it's going to be it's going to be a good celebration.
Well, you're so deserving of all of it, Andy, because your career is extraordinary. What you've done for the music industry, you shouldn't be in just the Australian Hall of Fame. There's a number of Hall of Fames you should be in. This is the farewell tour. This is definitely it. This is the last time we'll see you, you think?
I said that I wouldn't tour, but when Australia came up, because you're so far away, there's no other way of doing it. You can't just come and do a couple of gigs and then go home, unless you're Paul McCartney, with all of that. But here we are. I've got a band to pay. I've got expenses here and there. So a dozen dates that doesn't really seem out of the ordinary. So I think that it's a bit early in the morning. I'm getting a bit tongue twisted. I haven't spoken enough today. From that point of view, it might well be the last, should we say, intensive tour.
Yes.
But I would not rule it out, because it depends how I come out of it the other end.
Excellent.
I'm an ambassador for prostate cancer, and I've had it for 15 years now. And the people who look after me, I've got at the moment, I've got a Andy's birthday wish page running, for donations to the Bristol hospitals who have basically kept me alive, basically. And it's that is a factor that I have to keep in mind as well.
Yes,
I mean, you think you're invincible until something like this happens, and my only message is, if you think you've got a slight, is there something happening? Go and see somebody, because the sooner you get it seen, you'll be around for 15 years. If you don't, you'll be around for 15 months, mate, so.
It's great advice. I had Eric Idle on the show last week, and he said the same thing. He went through the same battle with prostate cancer and now spreads that message too wherever he can. So it's excellent of you to do it. You're a star. It's been so great to be able to speak to you. We so look forward to you returning. As I said, it's been a little while since we've seen you as the Sweet. The farewell tour, Greatest Hits, is in November, 18th of November. It's a Monday night at the Gov. You can get your tickets via the Gov website or metropolistouring.com. Of course, you can get on the Sweets website, all of the social media for all the information. Andy, thanks so much. Lovely to meet you. Congratulations on a terrific career, and we look forward to seeing you at the end of the year.
Yeah, and it's been lovely to meet you, even though you're just a boy.
Well, I'm almost 50. Well, I'm almost 50, Andy. Oh,
yeah, but late 70s and me late 40s is slightly different, mate.
You look far better than I do. Lovely to meet you, Andy. We'll see you here in November. Great Andy Scott. Sweet here in November at the Gov. Let me give you the date again. Monday the 18th of November. Let me give you the date again. Monday the 18th of November. Let's hear one of the great songs from the Sweet.
No one ignore her, 'cause she thinks she's the passionate one. Oh, yeah, it was like lightning. Everybody was frightening, and the music was soothing, and they all started grooving. And the man at the back said, everyone attack, and they turned into a ballroom blitz. And the girl in the corner said, boy, I want the money, and it'll turn into a ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz.
Rowie and Timmy G chat with Scott Camporeale for Coach's Corner. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. See the difference.
At Simplicity Funerals, we have been keeping funerals simple and easy for over 40 years. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
Save on winter breakfasts at Coles with Uncle Toby's Oats Quick Sachets, 320 to 350 grams, now half price at just $3.15. Warm up your morning with oats for just $3.15. That's great value, hands down at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
With age comes wisdom and back pain. Or dodgy knees, if you're more like me. And the older we get, the more beneficial it is to stay active. The Brain Body Fitness Studio, Unley and Woodville will help you see a path to a happier, healthier body and mind. If you've been thinking of making the jump toward better wellness, or if you're not into the traditional gym environment, and let's be honest, who is? Yuck. The Brain Body Fitness Studio is ready to work with you. They've got individualised, in-depth coaching which will keep you on track, and a community of members who will help share your victories. Here's a comment from a new member, Michelle. She says, I'm very grateful for the improvements in my physical condition. I've improved the hyperextension in my knees, improved my balance, and I can now walk better with no further knee pain. Making a start is as easy as visiting the Brain and Body Fitness Studio, Unley and Woodville, or at bbfs.com.au.
Feel good health catch on with Bupa. Get up to 10 weeks free when you join Bupa on eligible products. T's and C's apply. For award-winning health insurance, search Bupa 10 weeks free today.
Ageism takes away my rights. The right to make my own decisions, be safe, and be treated with dignity and respect. Sometimes people assume I can't do something because of my age. They exclude me, and I feel invisible and sad. Ageism can lead to mistreatment, neglect, and other forms of abuse. How do you treat the older people in your life? For more information, search SA Health Tackling Ageism. A message from the Government of South Australia.
At Movability Australia, we have your lifestyle and mobility needs covered. From Australian-made and imported adjustable beds, lift and recline chairs, mobility scooters, walkers and wheelchairs, plus a full range of mobility aids. Movability Australia have a range of quality products and will help you find the right lifestyle and mobility solution to help increase your quality of life. And we offer free delivery anywhere in South Australia. With over 13 years experience, come and see the friendly staff at Movability Australia, Crittenden Road, Findon.
The high-tech home of tomorrow has a new name. It's not Siri or Alexa. It goes by the name Jim. Add data, security and complete connectivity to your home with Jim's antennas and security. Ask Jim how security cameras and motion sensors can give you peace of mind. And keep an eye on your house, yard, cars and sheds. Jim can do top brand 4-camera systems from just $1,595. For a high-tech home, just ask Jim. Hey Jim. Jim's antennas and security.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
9 minutes to 4. Hope you enjoyed Andy from the Suite. Richard Pascoe said that his was the Largs. You would have been dancing, Tim Ginniver, to the Suite somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Where were you as a kid? What was your haunt?
The very early days when Sweet were big and hot. I was in primary school, so it was we used to call it a school social.
Oh, yes.
And you used to get together and dance. Of course, you know, the Peppermint Twist was a popular one, of course.
Yes, yep.
A bit later on, I loved Love Is Like Oxygen. I thought that was a great song too. But your Fox on the Run and Ballroom Bleach, you can't beat.
So your primary school was what? Which primary school?
Mansfield Park of Advanced Education.
Park. You would have then gone on to the blue light discos. They were always good.
They were
best behaviour.
High school days, yes.
Yeah, because the policemen were there. You had to make sure you behaved.
Yeah, blue light.
No
yeah.
pashing, none of that kind of stuff.
Well, we used to have ours on the St Clair roller skating rink.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where our blue light discos were. And it was a big venue, huge venue, but it was packed. Absolutely packed.
I loved it.
Great idea.
Oh, yeah.
Because that era too, we're normally from families, you know, large, especially where I was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
There was large families everywhere. Of course, all our older siblings are going out. And
that's right.
Going to places like Fiesta Villa and, you know, that was the Findon Hotel and Tavern 63 and things like this. So we'd hear about it. You want to go out. So we went to a blue light disco and loved it.
My most vivid blue light memory disco is a girl in Millicent by the name of Roxanne Motley won the first Commodore 64.
Oh, wow.
It was the door prize.
That would have been huge.
And we were thinking, imagine like the first computer.
Yeah.
She was like the talk of the town.
You know what I won? Turning Japaneser by the Vapors.
Oh, the Vapors.
Yeah.
I got your picture.
I got your picture.
1 million of them over myself. Now, forget about that. Sports show coming up after 4. Big show. Big day yesterday with Adam Simpson.
Yeah, look, it was. Some of the fallout from that was what the Western Australian did on their front page. You may have seen that or not. That was just, for those that haven't, it had a big gridded block, if you like, as the front page with all the losses and just the wins intersposed in that graph of 8 versus 63 or whatever. And I just thought, how disrespectful after he said in the press conference, you've got to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, we are human beings and the like. And to print that, for mine, you just would have put him holding the Premiership Cup and say, see you, Simo, thanks. That would have been tasteful, brilliant, well done. You're out.
That was such a great answer. Moment. At what point did you know? Probably after your 300th article bashing me and my family and my players.
And they basically
and an applause
took umbrage to that
in the presser. Yeah.
So I was disappointed with the way that rolled out. But I think he's held himself with class.
I agree.
He'll be sought after. There's not too many blokes win a premiership, so he'll be sought after. Because when he got there, you normally know if a coach is going to have an impact, they'll have it pretty early. He got him from not playing finals to a grand final in 2015.
Yep.
And then obviously 2018 they take a flag home. So pretty good impact and along with Woosha and Mick Moldhouse have been able to take one of those flags home. So he'll be forever remembered there. It was a tough time the last 3 years, no doubt about that.
Think about the travel those boys do.
They do. And we know that they had lots of injuries, and then there was talk about, whether the high performance team were getting it right. So lots to play out there, but he's not going to coach this week. There was some talk about whether
that was
he would
the most awkward question in the presser.
You get that right first, I reckon, before you go to air.
Pikey, you're better than that.
Yeah, so he won't, but he will turn up to the game, so they'll be able to wave, cheer, whatever, for that. So that was great. But look, Jimmy Bartell's on every Wednesday.
Yes, I love Jimmy.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't he? Every time you hit him with something, he just comes out with a really logical answer, and you think, yeah, why didn't I think of that?
But you know what? He also, even though he's in Clubland with the Giants, he doesn't have the Clubland hat on. No. He actually gives you an honest answer, whether it's about his team or not, which I love.
I think it would be what he would say at the table anywhere, anytime. So
he's always good.
Which is awesome. And where are they now? Is always on a Wednesday.
Yes.
Grant Thomas.
Oh, former St Kilda coach. Wow.
And I'm talking about a man who'll speak his mind.
Prolific tweeter, Grant Thomas. He gets in more Twitter wars than anyone.
What I do love is, probably not a lot of people know, but incredibly successful businessman.
Is he?
And has just sold his business for a very large sum. So he's smart on and off. There
Excellent.
You go.
Well,
I
look forward to Grant, and thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. Thanks for the trip down memory lane too. What was it? The Fiesta at the Findon.
Fiesta Villa, it was called.
Fiesta Villa. So if those walls could talk, you'd all be in jail. Thank you, Tim. Tim Ginniver. Gabrielle, before we head out and hand over to the sports show, Gabrielle, good afternoon.
How are you, all right?
I'm well, thank you.
You should ask the boys, they're still going to make a cockle pizza?
I didn't understand any of that.
They asked the boys, are they still going to make a cockle pizza? They were talking about making a cockle pizza.
A cockle pizza? Who's making a cockle pizza?
I know, that's what the boys were talking about yesterday.
Oh, the sports show boys? Oh,
yeah.
Ned and Rowie. Yeah, possibly.
Eh? I'll be into that.
Well, yeah. If you like cockles and you like pizza,
it
goes together like...
You could chuck a few sandwiches on it and put a few frogs on it and off we go.
Oh, perfect for Bastille Day then, Gabrielle.
Yeah, very well, me. I'll be down for that.
Excellent. All right, I've got a minute before I've got to go. Fire away.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the cost of medicine.
Yes.
You know the easy way to get rid of the cost of medicine?
How?
Drink brandy.
Oh, thank you, Gabrielle. Well, I don't drink. This is the problem. Actually, Derek McNair said the same to me. He said, if only you drank alcohol, you'd get rid of that cold, just have a little shot, but not my thing. Gabrielle, thank you for that. I'm glad I waited around. Now, before we go, let's reward someone who's stayed with us till 4 o'clock, so thank you for doing that. We'll be back tomorrow from 1:30. I'll give you a ticket to the Wallace Cinema. First caller through, 8223 0055. So many great movies showing at the Wallace Cinemas. Panda Bear Africa, Sunflower Horizon, Fly Me to the Moon. They're all showing. Mitcham, Mount Barker, Noarlunga, Piccadilly. There's a great movie and a great cinema just for you. Thank you for your company. Thank you, Patrick. We will be back tomorrow after 1:30 to take your calls and talk about all the issues that are important to you. In the meantime, Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginniver, next with the 5AA Sports Show.
G'day, Rowie here. This 5AA Play app is so easy. Here's what you do. Unlock your smartphone. Tap on the 5AA Player app. Tap the big play button on the middle